Let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Toronto Raptors. At center. Let's hear it for the starting five of Will and Nando.
Welcome, everyone. It's time for NBA action. Coming to you live on this Saturday night. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who we'll be hearing from shortly. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much. The Hawks are one of the most dangerous scoring teams in the league. Trae Young says, we have guys who can make shots and make threes and really get our offense going. We can put up points really quick. We always have a belief that we're in the game. Guys, back to you.
Well, with a guy like Trae Young, it all starts with him. David, thank you. Here are the five for the Raptors. Chris Bosh is out there with Bargnani. Then there's Carter. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Stoudemire in at the one. And for the Hawks, we've got Mutombo. Wilkins is out there with Maravich. Then it's Fresh. And it's Pettit in at the power forward position. AGA, what about these Hawks? They can really be fun to watch.
Yeah, and they just need to be more consistent, Kevin. It seems they can beat anyone on any day. If they can start doing that regularly, we're talking about big things in the future.
So Atlanta will get the first possession. Now, here is Maravich. The pass to Fresh. From deep. Atlanta now working with a new shot clock. And here is Stoudemire. Against Miami, he was really on his game. They get the rebound. Bosh. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on Dikembe Mutombo.
And Bosh, so tough to stop when he gets that kind of position down low, forcing the D to foul. Shoot two.
And the first one at the line is good. You know, almost every team has some kind of roster turnover in the offseason, so, Greg, this time of year can be about getting familiar with your teammates.
There's always a feeling out process this early in the schedule. It's about finding your team's identity, figuring out how all the pieces are going to fit.
So he gets them both. And a deep roster for the Raptors. But, Smitty, do they have the star power, the star talent to win big?
Well, they have Scotty Barnes. He was last season's Rookie of the Year. His growth will be key. But with Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam, all-star caliber players, Toronto's not shy on talent, Kevin.
And he's a skilled and willing passer. Vince gets to his teammates on time and on target.
Here's Fresh. 3-pointers off the mark. And it's DeRozan with the ball for Toronto. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
And a strong bench gives you the flexibility to bring someone in and exploit a certain matchup.
Now here's Fresh, following the miss by Chris Bosh. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Passes to Fresh. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Stolen by Bosh. On the wing, DeRozan. And he also played a big role in their last game with Miami. Fresh puts it in.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively. Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
Woo! One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Stoudemire kicks to DeRozan. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Pass to Stoudemire. Launches a 3. drains it from beyond the arc.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Now here's Fresh. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. That's to Mutombo. Mirovic against Stoudemire. And the basket by Mutombo.
And Mutombo doesn't get bothered easily by contact. It's almost as if he embraces the challenge of converting.
So timeout called here. The first for Toronto. Last time they met was in Toronto.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Here's Fresh. You know, Smitty, last year, the Hawks' top 4 leading scorers were all 24 or younger. That is amazing.
It is, Kevin, and at the top of that list is Trae Young. He's a player Atlanta can build around. It's a matter of finding the pieces to put around Young to complement his game.
The first free throw is good. Greg, when you look at Toronto, they have a lot of length and defensive switchability.
They swarm opposing stars and tend to make it very difficult in those passing lanes. So a great profile for a modern NBA.
Well, the Hawks have their centerpiece. Young is that guy for them. But now they have to figure out how to surround him.
So for Toronto right now, we've got Carter. Chris Bosh is out there with Bargnani. And it's DeRozan. And it's Stoudemire in at the point.
Savvy and body control of DeRozan. It allows him to finish the play through contact and get to the line.
And for the Hawks, Smitty, their roster construction is something they are tinkering with right now.
They're not in a bad spot. It's a good spot to be in as a franchise. They know the makeup and direction of the team, Kevin. It's a matter of finding the right formula.
And Smitty, in that 21-22 season, DeMar DeRozan proved to be one of the top closers in our game.
You're totally right, GA. He led the NBA in fourth quarter points and finished second in clutch scoring. He embraced the challenge and thrived playing the role of the hero.
Now here's Stoudemire. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. You know, Greg, you played on some gritty teams, and we hear that expression, getting punched in the mouth. And it's not usually literal, but what's that look like on the floor? What's it feel like on the court?
Kevin, you're just out hustling and out muscling the team. At times you'll see it. They've kind of checked out mentally, and I'll tell you what, it is one of the best feelings in sport.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much, and we can go out there and do something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, DA. Thank you so much. And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
And that replay showed just how forceful that block was.
Quick thinking pays.
And so it's Atlanta bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific.
Kevin, thanks. With Trae Young, hey Trae, a slow start, but you guys bounced back. So what changed?
I think just getting back into the rhythm, the action, being aggressive. I think that was the main thing. We just got to go out and compete and do what we do.
We'll see if you do what you do so well in the second half. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. It was a shaky first quarter for Atlanta. Things were falling apart on both ends of the floor. and by the end of the period, they found themselves down by 13. The second quarter was a huge turnaround as they came on strong, turning the tables and outscoring them by a wide margin, and now enjoy the 7-point lead. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how Atlanta played?
The production they've gotten from their bench has been phenomenalistic. I don't know if that's a word, but it sounded good. As we know, depth is important to any team's success.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Vince Carter really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last two quarters.
So with Horford sitting on the bench, here's who's on the floor for Nate McMillan. Maravich is out there with Dominique Wilkins. Then it's Fresh, and it's Mutombo, and it's Pettit in at the power forward. Here's Fresh. Back to Maravich. Clock at 6. Puts it up. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Bosch has got rebound number 5 here tonight. The shot's good from Carter.
And the fast break finds the right guy. Carter goes all out to make sure they convert.
That was a second look at our Mobile One Drive. Amazing control on display.
And a close game like this, you've got to dig deep and just find a way to make things happen.
And that one's good. Fresh.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Carter outside. Back to Stoudemire. Makes it off the glass. Stoudemire's got 7 points.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Looking at the Raptors roster, basically the entire squad is under 30. Their key players are extremely young, a great sign for the future.
Now Fresh. He's got 9. Here's Maravich. That one off the back iron and out. Yeah, youth is on their side. And Smitty, since winning that title in 2019, the Raptors have totally turned over their squad.
Kawhi, Kyle Lowry, Serge Ibaka, all have left Toronto, Kevin, replaced with much younger players. Give Toronto's front office credit for retooling quickly.
There's the killer two-handed slam.
And how about he takes on the defender head on and then throws down the two-hander.
Guys, straight power there. Straight power. Carter outside. Stoudemire the pass to Bosch. And here's DeRozan. He's covered by Fresh. And Fresh picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Atlanta making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Mutombo. Toronto's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. We've got DeRozan. Bargnani is out there with Chris Bosh. Then there's Carter. And it's Stoudemire in at the point guard position. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Carter just a freak of nature. One of the best dunkers the game has ever seen. A top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
Vince Carter hits them both.
The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Toronto shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Back to Stoudemire. Puts one up from 19. Good. Nothing but net. And the Raptors lead by 2. A lot of change. Toronto is without some of the key pieces from that title team, and it wasn't that long ago. But, Greg, they haven't had to go through a full rebuild. There are some remaining parts.
Listen, the talent they have is still undeniable, and they've got a good mix of young up-and-comers and players in the prime of their career.
The pass to DeRozan. Back to Carter. And again, it's Toronto converting.
So much sharper, so much more efficient with this shot this half. Just taking what the defense allows.
Maravich, the pass to Fresh. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. A three-pointer off the mark. Carter with it. Raptors moving the ball around. And finished off by DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan, so athletic, rising up to slam it home. Great finish.
Smith outside. Passes it to Fresh. Takes a three. Chris Bosh with the rebound. Bosh has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Carter. He gets it in there. Now it's a 5-point Raptor lead.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% down for the game.
And another great look at the 2K drive. Pass to Maravich. Fresh with the ball. A 3-ball. Toronto grabs the miss.
Low percentage shot from long range. Terrible decision, especially when you still have a chance to win this.
Wilkins passes to Fresh. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
Carter, the pass to DeRozan. Just 5 on the clock.
A leader in the locker room who goes in with a chance in a huge spot.
And let's get your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Toronto.
Their defense, it's their defense. It has been downright incredible so far. Being disruptive and coming up with steals left and right.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break. Well, he's got a great stroke. That almost dropped.
On pass to Bosh. And it's sent back by Wilkins. We've got 1:23 left to play in the final quarter. The basket good. Off the assist from Young. Young's got 6 assists here tonight. Carter against Wilkins. Got a hand on it. And they'll get another chance. No good from Bosh.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, with something. And he just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. Now here is Carter. Over Wilkins. Bosh in the post. Second chance shot. Pettit grabs the board.
Once he gets the ball there, you expect him to capitalize. That was a missed opportunity.
Here he goes. The kick out to Wilkins. It's stolen by DeRozan. Has to Stoudemire. Now here is Carter. Capella covering. Here's Bargnani. They get the rebound. So they foul intentionally.
His fourth. Team center. At the line for the Raptors.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. So for the Hawks, Mutombo comes in for Clint Capella, and it's Maravich in for Trae Young.
Huge shots. Tremendous job stepping up in a big way for them at the stripe.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Absolutely. They're within striking distance, but they have to make pretty much every shot.
Back to Wilkins. Looking for Mutombo. He gets it there. Clock at 4. Here's Fresh. Misses the three. And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game.
That's the end
This
of the
win,
game.
such a tremendous emotional boost for him.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.
Got the keys,